Welcome back, students. This is our third lecture of this chapter. And during the first two lectures, we have studied about vectors, resolution of vectors into its rectangular component method. And we have studied trigonometric ratios uh, in this chapter. Now, in this lecture, we will study about the most important topic, that is mass and weight. Weight and mass. First of all, people get confused whenever they are asked about the weight and the mass. Normally, the types of the measurements which we take, which we buy from the shopkeeper, that is mass. Uh, what we bought from different markets, basically we are interested in measuring mass, not a weight. Weight is calculated by different techniques and different methods used to the weight. Mass is basically the fundamental measure of the quantity of matter in a body and is expressed in kgs and ton. This is basically unit of the mass. So we will study what's the difference between mass and weight. So weight is the force exerted on a body by the earth gravitational force, and it's measured in Newton. Of course, it's a force, and the unit of the force is Newton and kilonewton. These are the other units of the weight. Now, weight is calculated by using formula weight is equal to mass multiplied by acceleration. And this acceleration is acceleration due to gravity because the object falls towards the center of the earth with an acceleration. That acceleration is acceleration due to gravity, small g. So weight is calculated by using formula mg, small m and small g. So if you look at, before we go moments of the mass, let's make it clear one more. Number of times you are asked to find out the difference between mass and weight. Look, mass is the quantity of a matter a body contains. Weight is the force through which the body attracts the bodies towards it. Earth attracts the bodies towards its center. Unit of weight, because its force, its unit, Newton. Unit of mass is kgs. Weight being force varies from center of Earth, surface of Earth to moving upward with increasing height. But the mass of the object remains same at the moon surface, at the earth surface, or anywhere, wherever you move the mass of a body, it remains a constant. One quantity, it means weight is variable and mass is constant. Weight has direction, it's a vector quantity, mass have no direction. So weight is measured with spring balance, the mass is measured with a normal type of the balance used. So unit of weight is Newton, unit of mass is kgs. Formula to calculate weight is this one, and formula to calculate mass is this one. Mass here, acceleration here, you're multiplying with the acceleration, you bring it to the other side, it will be divided. So by using this formula, you can calculate mass. So this is the main difference between mass and weight. But number one, weight, a force through which Earth attracts bodies towards its center. Mass is the quantity of a matter a body contains. Weight remains varies from place to place. Mass remains constant throughout. Unit of weight is Newton. Unit of mass is kgs. Weight is a vector quantity. Mass is a scalar quantity. So these are the differences of mass and weight. So let's just start the next topic. That is moments of mass. But the moment of mass is the force of gravity. Earth gravity is constant, that is 9.8 meter per second, and its value varies whenever you move upward. So we have discussed this topic in our previous class, that is, if you take the small interval, small heights, so the value of g remains the constant. But when you move up to a long distance from surface of Earth up to a increasing height, the value of g decreases, acceleration decreases. Why? Because when we throw any object from surface of Earth to the maximum height, When it reaches up to the maximum height, its velocity becomes zero. It is stay for friction of second. So when you are calculating change in velocity, that is basically acceleration. Final velocity is zero. Initial velocity is maximum. Zero minus maximum, you will be getting minus answer. So that's why when you objects move in upward direction, the negative sign is used. Negative sign you are getting by using the definition of acceleration. Basically, definition of acceleration is change of velocity. So when you are calculating change of velocity, it's force you to understand when the value of g will be negative and when it will be positive. Suppose you are throwing any object from fifth floor. At that time, its velocity is zero when you are holding it in your hand. So vi is zero. If you throw it just before hitting the ground, its velocity is maximum. So maximum minus zero, you will be getting plus answer. So this is the reason when value of g is plus and when value of g is minus. So therefore, the weight of bodies is proportional to their mass. More is the mass, more will be the weight. Less is the mass, less will be the weight. The resultant moment of two or more weights about a point could be expressed in terms of their mass moments. So we will see in mathematical forms of this statement in the next classes. So here it is. Today's lesson. Know what the turning effect of the force is. Now, what the moment of a force depends on force and the distance from the pivot. So this is the force and this is the distance from this point of rotation. This point of rotation is called pivot. So this is basically called moment arm. Another definition for moment arm is it is the perpendicular distance from point of rotation to the line of action of force. If this one is line of action of force, this is the pivot point, the perpendicular distance between the two, that is called basically moment arm. So if you multiply weight multiply by moment arm, you are getting basically principal of moment. Now the principal of moment. So we will discuss one by one what the turning effect of the force is and what the factor turning effect of the force depends, which is the most important topic for today, and on what the factor it depends. And at the same time, we will define some terms used to calculate the moment of force. So moment of force, the turning effect produced. The turning effect produced by the force is called moment of force. It is also called torque. When you open the door, when you open the nut of a tire, a nut and bolt, these are some of the examples, few examples to understand when the torque will be produced. Whenever you are opening the door, torque is produced. This is the best example which is in your house. So it is the product of force and moment arm of the force. It is denoted by torque. This one is torque. Basically, you draw like this one. You draw like this. And if I use it, so let's use the pen. So tau is basically written like this, not exactly T, but it's tau. Mathematically, torque is equal to force multiplied by moment arm of the force. This tau is equal to F multiplied by R. F multiplied R, cross product of force and the displacement of the moment arm. So these two are basically vectors. And if anyone asks you what's the example of a vector product or a cross product, this is also an example of a vector product. Means when you are getting a torque, torque has its direction. Either it is clockwise or it is anti-clockwise. And I will let you know when it is taken as positive, when it is there is a logic behind taking the positive torques as a negative sign and clockwise torques with the negative sign and anti-clockwise torques with the positive sign. So there is a reason behind this. But first of all, let's see what the F is. If you are holding the door and you are trying to open the door, and this is the point, this is the distance from point of rotation and the force. So it is calculated, torque produced is calculated by using this formula. F is equal to F multiplied by R. Cross product is replaced with sine theta, and we have already discussed in class 10 9 few topics back. So that This is the main purpose why we are using cross product. Again, during next classes, you will come to know when cross product is applied in one dot product, why we are using dot to calculate dot product to calculate work done, and why we use cross product to calculate the torque. So here it is, unit of torque. We have seen the formula of torque. Torque is equal to F multiplied by R, cross product of force and moment arm, or the perpendicular distance from the point of rotation, or the minimum distance from line of action of force and distance. That is called moment arm. If you want to write it down, please write it down. What? Moment arm. It is the perpendicular distance from point of rotation to the line of action of force. The SI unit of Newton is torque is Newton meter, so, like the units force and momentum. Force unit is Newton and momentum is meter. So it's distance. Clockwise torque is considered negative, and anti-clockwise torque is positive. So let's understand what's the reason why you take clockwise torque as negative. Use your right hand rule whenever you are having xy, the third axis, z axis is perpendicular to each other. You hold any type of the object and your finger shows along the direction of rotation, like you are holding any type of stick in your hand and you are rotating it anti-clockwise. You see the positive z axis is perpendicular to x and y. It means when you are moving body in clockwise, your thumb indicate along, you are moving your finger from x to y, and your thumb is along towards you. If you are rotating on the surface of the board, so the thumb is towards you, means along positive z axis. So that's why clockwise anti-clockwise torques are always taken positive. Reason is that your thumb is showing the direction of the torque, so its direction is positive, that is along positive z-axis. Similar is the case when you move along the clockwise. When you are moving along clockwise, draw two perpendicular line on the surface of the board and move your finger from y to x. Your thumb will be inside your board, means in negative, along the negative z-axis. So anti that's why clockwise torques are taken negative, because the direction your thumb is along negative z-axis. So this is the reason why negative clockwise torques are taken as negative, and why anti-clockwise torques are taken as positive. Reason is very simple, because your thumb shows the direction of the torque. So when your thumb is along positive z-axis, it happens when you are moving any object in anti-clockwise, and when your thumb shows positive negative z-axis, it clearly shows that you are rotating body from y to x. So here it is. Here, these are the examples of turning effects. So these are some examples of everyday life. You see these are so many times you have visited parks, public places to see. These are the basic construction of these uh, objects are based on mainly on physics and centripetal force, and along with centripetal force torque is produced, and this is one of the best example for the torque. Let's see the other. So this one is another examples of turning effect of the force. So another example, we are lifting heavy loads by using these cranes. So this is a third one example of a turning effect produced by the torque. Basically, this torque is playing a very much important role in our life. When you have seen drivers are, most of the drivers are not so much educated like you people, but you see sometimes they are, when they are unable to rotate, unable to open, unable to remove, unable to replace the tire, they use a spanner or a pipe, so that they increase the moment arm, and they understand that by increasing moment arm, torque will increase. So on what the factor torque depends? Number one, force. Other one is moment arm. They can't increase their force. They can't increase their own energy, but they can increase the moment arm. By increasing moment arm, it becomes easier for them to open the nut. And these are the our daily life experiments where we see. Here it is. So look at, the torque depends upon the following factors. Number one is force. You see, if a child is asked to open the nut or a bolt of the tire to replace, he will be unable to do that because he is having very small force. A large force is required. The other one is moment arm of the force. You see, I have given you example. Sometimes if the drivers and other people are unable to unable to remove the tire, they use a pipe and they insert the spanner and other object inside that pipe and increase the length of moment arm. So by this way, they apply force and easily they are able to open or move the nut. So this is the reason moment arm plays very much important role. If you are unable to rotate or revolve any body inside a circle, rotation is not easier to produce. Then one possibility is that you increase the moment arm. By increasing moment arm, it will be more easier to rotate. It will be more easier to open. It will be more easier to tighten the nut and the bolt. So this is one most important applications of moment arm. Greater the moment arm of the force, greater will be the torque produced in vice versa. So these are two. The third one is also another, which is you have to note down, that is the angle between moment arm and force. You can't produce rotation if you are applying the force in the same direction of a moment arm. Means someone has asked you to rotate, revolve any object to produce the torque. You are trying to uh, hold it and trying to push or pull it. So by pushing and pulling towards the in the same direction of the moment arm, you will be unable to produce the rotation. When it will be maximum, you will study in your next classes. You put the values of sine theta between the two, and maximum value of sine theta is at 90 degree, which clearly shows that the force will be torque will be maximum when you apply a force at 90-degree angle with the moment arm. So what is moment? Moment is a turning effect caused by a force. And what about the size and turning effect caused by the force? Yes, the size of the turning effect caused by a force depends on two factors. What are they? On what the factor they depend? Look at. The bigger the force, larger the turning effect. Number three, the larger the perpendicular distance from the pivot to the point where the force is applied, the larger will be the turning effect. More is the moment arm, more will be the turning effect, simplest. And more is the force, more will be the turning effect. And third one is also to remember the angle between the two. You apply the force at perpendicular 90-degree, maximum torque will be produced. If your force is getting less and less, less amount of torque will be produced. So moment equation. So this is the moment equation. Size of moment obeys moment equation. Here it is. Moment unit is Newton meter, that is force Newton into, look, here it is. If you look at the force into perpendicular distance from the pivot. So this is basically, this is pivot. And if you are applying force at this point, you are applying perpendicular distance at the point. And the perpendicular distance from line of action of force, this one will be, this is called line of action of force, and pivot, the point of rotation, this is called moment arm. So that's why it is taken as vector quantity. In this example, the forces are constant, but the larger the perpendicular distance, the faster the roundabout accelerates. You look at, if you come at the center, you apply force at this point, you will be unable to rotate, produce rotation in the body, because the value of r, the moment arm, will be zero, and zero means no torque is produced. And you can try it. If you are applying at this exactly at the same place where the point of rotation is, if anyone asks you what are you doing, your answer will be, I am trying to produce some rotation. You will say, no, you can't produce rotation. And being physicist, you must understand what's the formula to produce rotation in the body. That is tau is equal to r multiplied by f. Mean you need to value of r. If you put the value of r 0, this clearly shows that the no torque will be produced. And practically it is proven with the help of this example. More is the value of r, more it will become easier to produce rotation in the object, in the body. Less is the moment arm, less will be the possibility of producing the torque. So there are three basically factors. One is the more force, more torque produced, less force, less torque will be produced, less distance between point of rotation and line of action of force, more difficult it will be to produce the torque. You increase the distance R, C for mathematical formula, more is the value of R, more will be the torque produced. So this is the relation between the two. And another, the last one factor is the angle between R and F. If you are applying this force perpendicular, you will be able to produce the maximum torque in the rotation of a body. If you apply along the same direction where this moment arm is, you will be unable to produce the rotation. So this is the best to understand on what the factor, the torque or the turning effect of a body depends. So clockwise and anti-clockwise movements. When Mark and Tim lift their feet off the ground, what will happen to the seesaw? They have lifted their foot from the ground. What will happen if this one is having more weight than this one? Then this will be going down and this one will be going up. If both have the same mass, then of course by lifting their feet at the same time, they will balance each other. So let's see what's going on. So the force of gravity creates a turning effect on the each person. Gravitational force is basically responsible to produce turning effect. Now on the left hand side, it creates an anti-clockwise movement, and anti-clockwise movements are always taken as positive. I have already explained. I will use right hand rule. I will move from x to y direction, and I will see that my thumb is indicating the direction of torque or moment. It is along positive z-axis. I will repeat to the other side. When I move from y to x-axis, my thumb is along negative z-axis inward. So that's why they are taken as positive and negative. So on the right hand rule, look at the point of rotation. It creates a clockwise moment. So clockwise moment is larger than the anti-clockwise moment. Why? Because he has more mass. More mass means more force will be acting, gravitational force. Gravitational force depends on mass. More mass, more force. So seesaw will turn in clockwise moment, direction. Why? Because this one is heavier than this one. So he will move downward. He will move in upward direction. So due to larger mass, he will be moving in clockwise direction. Another one will be moving opposite side. So this is the best point to understand. Principle of movement. Sum of anti-clockwise moments are is equal to sum of clockwise moments. So here it is. This is the principle of movement. You, if you have a meter rod and you are hanging it balanced at a balance point at the center of a seesaw, you will see you are hanging one weight. Perhaps you have done it in your lab practical for the moment. You have used W1 right side and W2 say to the left side. You multiply this weight with the uh, momentum that is from this point from where the weight is hanging and up to the point where you have placed a seesaw. The perpendicular distance between two is momentum. You multiply this momentum with the weight, basically you are getting principal of moments, and you will calculate clockwise as well as anti-clockwise. This is the principle of moment, that clockwise moments are always equal to anti-clockwise moments. So the forces on an object must obey two conditions to keep the object completely stationary. The forces must be balanced. The moments must be balanced. So these are the 2 points. Forces must be balanced and moments must be balanced. So with this, our class will be over, and I hope you people have enjoyed and you people have understood the basic concept of torque and mathematical formula and unit of the torque. And then you must understand on what the factor torque of a turning effect of a body depends. And then we have discussed about the possibility when we take torques as a positive, when we take clockwise as a negative, and why we take anti-clockwise as a positive. Then we have calculated the principle of moments at the end. With this, our class ends. I hope you people have enjoyed. Thank you very much for your patience.